The Mary Bell case. Mary Bell was just 10 years old when she was arrested for a truly horrific crime in 1968. This is a true story, and when I was a child growing up in Newcastle, England in the mid-80s, I was always threatened with the idea of Mary coming to babysit me if I misbehaved. Just a little teasing on my grandmother's behalf, but this was no urban legend. In 1968, Mary Bell strangled 2 little boys to death. Martin Brown, who was only 4 years old, and Brian Howe, who was only 3. Mary's mother was a known prostitute, an alcoholic, and mentally unstable. She would often leave Mary unattended for long periods of time, travelling north to Glasgow for work. Her father was an armed robber serving time in prison. Family members had strongly suggested that Mary's mother, Betty, had on several occasions tried to kill her daughter and attempted to make it look accidental. Mary had fallen from a window after consuming her mother's sleeping pills. Betty herself had been seen on a few occasions feeding Mary these pills and telling her that they were sweets. Not only this, but Betty had also forced her then just 4-year-old daughter into prostitution. Her terrible start in life may have helped warp her personality. At Delaval Road Junior School, she was violent and had on more than one occasion attempted to strangle younger children in the playground. Other incidents included stubbing a cigarette out on the cheek of a young girl, even filling other girls' mouths with sand in an attempt to choke her. This girl managed to escape and tell the police, but nothing was ever done. Mary strangled 4-year-old Martin Brown in a derelict house in Scotswood. Mary was so small herself that her grip on poor Martin's throat hadn't been strong enough to even leave any marks, so his death was not regarded as murder straight away. She was alone when she committed this horrendous act, but she didn't stop there. She enlisted the help of her friend, Norma Joyce Bell, no relation, to help with the second murder. I squeezed his neck and pushed up his lungs. That's how you kill them, she told her close confidant. Norma and Mary strangled 3-year-old Brian Howe in a field in the same area of Scotswood. The police later heard from a local boy who said he saw what Mary did to poor Brian Howe. Apparently she told the toddler that he had a sore throat and that she would massage it to make him feel better. Then her grip got tighter and tighter. They left the little toddler's body in the field, but Mary returned to carve her initials into the little boy's stomach. She also cut off some of his hair with scissors, scratched his legs, and mutilated his penis. The murderous girls broke into a nursery school, vandalising it before leaving notes that claimed responsibility for the murder of Martin Brown. We did murder Martin Brown. We murder, watch out. I murder, so that I may come back. Norma Bell was acquitted, but Mary was convicted of manslaughter on the grounds of diminished responsibility. The court appointed a psychiatrist who described Mary as having classic symptoms of psychopathy. The judge described her as dangerous and a very grave risk to other children. She was sentenced and held in Red Bank Secure Unit in Lancashire, the very same facility that would later house John Venables, one of the James Bulger killers, 25 years later. Mary was released in 1980 and aged only 23. She had served only 12 years and was granted anonymity, allowing her a new start.